Just got done putting this engine in. It had a rear main seal that was blown out. I have another video that I show a rear main seal blown out. But now it's running like crap. Well, what happens? When the rear main seal blows out, it also blows out this breather. You can do like this, but you know what's the easiest way to see if the breather is bad? I just now learned this. I'm still learning stuff. I know these things inside and out, backwards and forwards, upside down, in and around. But I just learned this trick. What you do is, actually I learned this trick because I was mentioning to Ripsaw that this breather does not create vacuum. It just regulates it through the intake. So I thought, I wonder if I just put my finger over this hole. So, if I can get, see there's vacuum on it. Look at that. You plug the vacuum and now it's running absolutely perfect. Easy thing to try. Now let's do this and plug it right back in. Well, I couldn't keep it running, but you saw how it ran. Ran like crap. Air leak. Now instead of just ending the video that soon, I need some more runtime so I can keep my channel going. So I'm gonna show you how to replace it real quick. One of the biggest tips that you need to know, now you don't really have to take these apart, but go ahead. One of the biggest tips that you need to know is that these screws are going into an aluminum camshaft tray. And you know what pisses me off more than anything is when people strip the stuff out. Because then it creates a huge problem, because then you can't fix the air leak. If you try to fix this and then you strip your screws out, you have a whole nother problem. And guess how many times I've seen screws stripped out on this breather? Way too many, probably over 100 times. So do I really need to explain every step? No. I will say that these are special screws. I'll also say that might be a good idea to blow compressed air to get crud away from it first. A shop vac is always nice. If you have a shop vac handy, see, I always take this screw right here and put it in that hole. It's nice, safe keepings. All right, then there's two more back here. Then you just gently lift it off. I'm gonna set it on the ground upside down just to tap all the screws out. All right. I got all the screws handy. They're special screws. Then we just, like I said, you do not over torque these bolts. You see the tool I'm using? This tool is a tiny tool. It doesn't have much torque at all. And I know exactly how to use power tools, all right? If you don't know what you're doing, don't use power tools. I can use power tools because I know what I'm doing. Now, don't screw the first one in or the second one in or even the third or fourth one in all the way. You get about 5 of them in. All right, now you can start putting the rest of them all the way in because it's all the way centered. So, and I didn't even put that one all the way in. I just set it in. All right. All right, good to go. Now when you clip these back in, you want to clip it and then you want to pull back. These two side clips have to engage in the side. If you have this slightly tilted, like see how this can spin? That can spin. If you have it spun and you try to put it in and you think it's clipped in, it's not. You have to have these two sides clip in those two sides. And then you always want to pull the hoses back and make sure they can't pop off. we're all in good shape. All right, now let's pop the coils back in. And before we end the video, I'm gonna take the old one apart and show you how it failed. All right, everything's plugged in. Then we put our screw back in the center here. Now I'm going to start the engine while I take the other breather apart. See, now it's running perfect. This is junk, I'm not worried about it. Okay, I did stop the phone for just a quick second, but I just turned it right back on. You probably heard I revved the engine. It was loaded up with extra fuel and oil because it had a big air leak. All I had to do was blow it out. It's a little Italian tune-up. It just took a second. But now I got this diaphragm right here, and I'm gonna finish popping it off. What would really be good after it had, it would really be good to put new spark plugs in it, but I'm gonna take a look at them, and if they need it, I'm gonna put them in there. I also have a sandblaster so I can recondition them if they're good. Now let's take a look at this diaphragm. See how it has cuts in it? See those cuts? And that rubber's all junk? Let's look at that big cut right there. All right, that's your air leak. Give me a thumbs up because I'm cool.